Hello, welcome to a GBHBL track by track. This is where we talk through an album, a specific album, track by track, hence the title. Normally focused on yesteryear as well. Albums of old, albums that we either grew up with or that we consider favourites. You can go and check the first episode out now. That was Machine Head's Burn My Eyes. That was me and Brendan, of course, and obviously it's me and Lou for this one. And the album we're covering is by Black Spiders. Now, hopefully you know who these are. They were a UK rock band formed in 2008 from Sheffield in England. They have 2 albums, 2 EPs, done a shitload of live stuff, and they wrapped up in 2016, I think about a year after the second album, maybe 2 years, about that. But the album we're covering is the one from 2011, their debut, called Sons of the North. It's the album that got me into them.
It was good. It was nice to go back to listen to this from all the way through.
Yeah, I'd agree.
Nice.
It's been a while since because obviously once they wrapped up, they kind of not say support them, but they kind of less became less important. If you're not around anymore, there's no real.
It was pretty gutting though, because we saw them a lot when they were around.
Yeah.
We were always trying to catch them, and they seem like good lads as well. So
I kind of always see it as like if a band splits, this band splits. This is what it is. There's always a reason and so on. This one kind of came out of nowhere, and I get it to a degree because they had hit on the debut and the tours they did supporting Airborne and big things like that. They'd kind of already hit a high, and I do think they kind of went not downhill. That's the wrong word, but there was a slump following This Savage Land. Yeah, This Savage Land wasn't as good as Sons of the North, and they certainly didn't seem to be. Their name wasn't out there as much. There wasn't as much buzz anymore. It kind of basically, horrible as it sounds, had their day. So when it kind of came to wrapping up, I got it to a degree. In that front, they'd already kind of seemed to really hit the high, perhaps the high they were at, highest they ever were going to get, being just ultimately a rock and roll band from England. But yes, anyway, so the album itself, it's 10 tracks long, 11 if you got the iTunes pre-order bonus track, which is the title track. But basically, everyone will know it for the 10 tracks. A fairly short album.
Yeah, it is. When I was looking again, I was like, oh. Cool.
Yeah. It's just 10 tracks, straightforward. And one of the things straight off the bat I will say about this is I think this is probably one of the most perfect, like, no filler tracks almost. Like, there's one or two that aren't as good as perhaps the rest. But you can listen to this beginning to end.
And just be like, oh. Yeah.
And just think,
bang on,
banger, basically. And it will start with the very first one. And it's the perfect opener, isn't it? It's Stay Down. This wasn't, I can't remember, was this the first song I heard of theirs? It may have been, because I'm sure I got this on a compilation.
Simon Kiss, the second one.
Yes, it's either that or Kiss Tried to Kill Me, which is the second track as well. But for some reason, Stay Down is the one that I remember really getting me excited, particularly for the chorus.
The callback line, isn't it?
Yeah.
Fuck you in this one horse town.
Yes, basically.
Loved doing live.
And the injection of pace that comes directly after that. Yeah. It's if you don't know Black Spiders and you want to kind of get to know them, I'd say definitely this might start with this track. Definitely. You get the energy, the high energy stuff, the rock elements, the middle finger up, rebelliousness that they definitely exemplified on this. Yeah. However, if you're looking for something a bit more, I would say pop friendly, radio friendly, then Kiss Tried to Kill Me is certainly that. I'm not sure, but I'm 99% on it that this was probably the first single. I know it was a single.
to Kill Me would be the first one.
That's what I said. Kiss
Yeah,
tried,
oh, sorry, yeah.
Kiss Tried to Kill Me being
Yeah.
the very first single.
Which was how you would start, really.
It's so it's a great song, but it's very radio friendly. No, pretty much straightforward. It's got obviously it's tongue in cheek because it's about the actual band Kiss, and it's got a really catchy chorus.
Oh yeah, that's like when you listen to it again, you're like, yeah. When it kicks in, you're like, yeah, I'm happy listening. Going back to listen to this one.
Yeah,
it's a lot of my sort of party playlists as well.
Yeah, it's definitely
it
is one that it's a party playlist song for sure. Not so much a party playlist song, Just Like a Woman, which is the third track. Good song, but leaning maybe towards a more harder but bluesier sound in the rock way, if that makes sense.
Yeah, which I still really enjoy, but yeah, like I say, not as punchy as the other ones. But then they're not. That's the point of having all different albums, isn't it? All different songs.
Well, of course, yeah. We kind of two fast, punchy ones, and Just Like a Woman's. It's not that it's not slow, but it's certainly got particularly a slower chorus. The Just Like All right, then we get Easy Peasy, which again is another really short one. In fact, this is the shortest track in the album at 3 minutes 23 seconds. This is one of the ones I mentioned earlier on that are your more. This might be the one you skip, I think.
Yeah. It's got this one with the female singer.
Yeah, but
I really like that different energy in it.
It's good. Yeah, we are talking like instead of being a 9 out of 10, it's an 8 out of 10.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. It's just like if you were listening through the album, this might be one that I think I might sort of skip by because it isn't as memorable. Yeah, it does have a guest vocalist. I can't remember who that guest vocalist is. Easy Peasy.
He's Danny Maybell.
I admit I don't really know who that is.
No.
I don't know what she was involved in, other work and stuff like that. But she's got a nice voice.
Yeah, it works really well with that.
Yeah, and it's probably what gives the song the its biggest lift. I'd say. Otherwise, if that wasn't there, maybe it'd be more forgettable.
Yeah.
In that sense. Right, we're on to my second favourite track. I haven't actually said my favourite track yet because that comes at the end. But this is my feckin'. Damn, my Irish is coming out of me. My second favourite track, which is Blood of the Kings. Now, this is a huge track. It's 7.5 minutes long. Holy hell, this is such a great song. This is one that goes through several layers as well, from a sort of slow groove and stuff to a faster chorus, and that ending,
away, didn't it?
And that end, the really chuggy kind of sound, guitar sound. It's got that wicked ending, and it's fantastic. I love this. I wonder how overall other Black Spiders fans feel because it's so long. Whereas they might just want the fast rock and roll stuff. Blood of the Kings is way more expensive, but it's my second favorite song on the album. St. Peter, I guess, again, it's 5 odd minutes long. I think this follows a similar formula in the sense that it's a little bit different and it certainly showed that Black Spiders had more than just, hey, look at us tongue-in-cheek rock and roll.
Yeah, it was just like, just some proper like oomph behind them.
Yeah, and the sing-along part ultimately as well.
Oh, yeah. Was sort of like what sort of something we loved about them.
Like, I'm trying to sing in my head now. Lord knows all the trouble I'm in.
Yeah.
St. Peter, won't you let me in? Yeah, I'll probably play it, but at this point, but live as well. That was always a quite an extended part of song that would be done, and it was a real showcase of Pete Spider Spivey's vocals, who was a great vocalist overall anyway. But when he kind of was left to do it on his own, he certainly showed that. Very stripped back, Man's Room, Medusa's Eyes, and Si El Diablo. This is a trio of tracks 7, 8, and 9 on the album that are just solid Black Spider songs, perfectly adding to the overall feel of the album. Obviously, I would say that big hitters were out of the way, except for one more. And this was not going through the motions. That sounds like a bad thing, but it was like this was easy work for them. Each one offers something a little different, a little bit fresher, or just that great rock and roll stuff. But it all leads to the final track, and this is my favourite Black Spider song. It still is my favourite Black Spider song. It's one I probably listen to the most. It would be on my party playlist, and it's what good's a rock without a roll. It's a banger.
Definitely, yeah.
The lyrics, the vocal, the fire, the shout, eat thunder, shit lightning, the pace that comes after that. This is high energy rock and roll. And the other one, I would say, if you're looking for a showcase of what they are, check out this song. I think
Definitely.
I can't imagine if you're a rock fan.
You wouldn't enjoy that song.
Yeah, like hearing it and not going, yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
You know, even if you don't like anything else, that's the song I can't imagine you'd be like, that's fucking good. Son of a bitch, I'm on another disease. And just that instant pace. And similar to Stay Down, it's interesting that they bookend it. To me, they're very similar tracks in how they are at speed, but also how there's a little bit more aggression, maybe with a bit of swearing, a little bit more bite and snarl. And it wraps up the album perfectly. It's, like I said, great bookend. Would Stay Down with what's in between, and we end on 10 tracks, a nice length. You know, of course, you got an 11th track if you got an iTunes bonus track, but like I said, not many people did. I certainly didn't. I didn't even know that existed up to a certain point.
Yeah, no, I don't think we got that.
Yeah, I believe it's off one of the earlier EPs, so I know I've heard it, which probably means it didn't leave that much of an impression. But yeah, just those 10 tracks are pretty much perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I always, when I listen to it, it reminds me of being like in some sort of bar where they have like the band behind a cage because people are throwing bottles in and stuff. So it was nice to listen to that again and go, yeah, that's why I love this band.
Yeah, it's weird because they're from England, Sheffield in England, but they have a dive bar feel. You can imagine them being a bit grubby, you know, even though obviously they weren't. You know, they're going to be wearing denim and stuff like that. That's what you picture. They're a dive bar rock and roll band. Just happen to be from Sheffield, a still city in England. Yeah. But so that's Black Spiders. Sons of the North. Hopefully, if you don't know them, you've watched this and thought, shit, I'll check that album out. It's nice and short, or at least check out our recommendation tracks. We'll name 3 tracks to recommend from that album. Okay. I think we both agree what they are, right?
Yeah.
Stay Down.
Yep.
Kiss Tried to Kill Me.
And
What Good's a Rock Without a Roll.
Yep.
Shit, if you want a 4th one though, just throw it in there. Do Blood of the Kings after all of that. Just for something a bit different. But 3 tracks: Stay Down, Kiss Tried to Kill Me, What Good's a Rock Without a Roll. Thank you for watching. If you've got any suggestions about what else we should cover in regards to track by track, what albums from yesteryear, try and stick to that. When I say yesteryear, you know, we're talking 80s, 90s, noughties, nothing really beyond the 2010s, although we'll obviously get to stuff like that, depending upon the size. Big bands as well, really. Or at least ones that are impactful to us, hence why we've covered Black Spiders. Thank you for watching. Tell us what you think in the comments. If you're a fan, let us know. If you don't like them, tell us why, because I'd love to know why. And like and subscribe.